Jack Pepinell, number 19, Nelson Sharp, and number 20, Harry Whitfield.
Coleman with a C on it, Kate.
Put heater on. Put heater on. Could be heater up there.
So we're seconds away from the start of our second game this evening. My name's Dave Parkinson, delighted to have your company this evening on Our League. I've been joined by another co-commentator. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm Paul Couch. I'm the joint head coach of the England Lions 23s, also Lot Lane coach as well.
We'll come on to the performance of your under-23s boys over the course of the game, possibly even at half-time. But we will pause just for the national anthems, which will be played in a few seconds' time, and I'll go through the two sides after that.
Start tonight with the Australian national anthem.
Anthems were almost ready for the game. So the England Community Lions Under-18's youth side lines up with Adam Livesey at fullback, Elliot Stockdale, Tyler Hart, Kieran Lawton, Reece Story amongst the back line. It's Charlie Heaton and Matty Ellison at half-back, with Conor Graney, Oliver Lewis and Harry Darby in the front row. Jack Stevenson, Tom O'Loughlin and Josh Milnes complete the starting lineup, with Jack Kellett, Brandon Tickle, Aston Mossop, Evan Jones, Will Ennis and James Ennis on the bench. For the visitors, it's Kane Ball at fullback, Noah Ryan, Benjamin Lovett, Mackenzie Atkins and Lincoln Bradley in the back line, Tyrone Roberts and Riley Blackall at half-back, with a front row that consists of Liam Henry, Campbell Woolnough, Kane Smith, and a back row of Jack Hartwig, Phoenix Venibua Finity, Nathan Ward, and a substitute bench of Elijah Collis, Ulysses Roberts, Brock Parker, Jack Pepinell, Nelson Sharp and Harry Whitfield. We're almost ready for business, Martin.
Yeah, it should be a good game. This, hopefully, England can compete a little bit better than in the other game. And just amazing how good the skills are of the under-17s that were played in the last game.
And some good players on show here. One of them is Conor Graney, who takes that hit in. Plays for my hometown club, Lee East, as the ball shipped out down this left-hand side. There's Harry Darby trying to make an impact. He plays for the other league club, Lee Miners Rangers. He's played just outside the 30-metre line. Quick play. Already Ellis getting involved. They're running down this left-hand side. Big run coming in as well by Hart.
Yeah, good spot there from the half-back who spotted that there were shorter numbers on the short side.
As Ellis ships it into the middle, there's Graney, knew he was going to get hit. Two players closed in. Leading the way there was number 8, Liam Henry. Ball back with Ellis again. He pumps the ball high. It's a drifting kick, but really well taken, to be honest, by Kane Ball. The defence moves in quickly, though, to close him down. Yeah,
good set there from England. A good starter set, a good kick, and straight away they defended him in their own 20.
Liking the intent of this England side, they've got a condensed defensive line in front of us, as you'll be able to see from your pictures. And the New South Wales country cutting forward to the 30-metre line, but I'm sure that Coach Coleman will be happy with the start for the game. As the run comes in from 13, Nathan Ward.
Yeah, the contact seems to be a lot better in this game already compared to the last one. And like I said, if they can get to good sets, good ender sets, then I'm pretty sure they'll compete with them.
It just shows how much progression you can get in 2 years, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, correct, and also body shape and the size of the lads as well. There's a lot of difference between them.
Here the kick goes high and Stockdale takes it and runs it forward from Dalton. Stockdale really impressed the Cumbria in the Under-18's Championship of Barla. There's Livesey, another player from Lee Miners Rangers, running in strongly. Stockdale comes in. Big collision between him and taking on 2 front rowers in Smith and Henry.
Yeah, probably wishing he had picked them too.
Certainly setting a good platform here at the England Community Lions, just over their own 40-metre line. Ellis pops it back over his shoulder. All the running coming in there.
Numbers here on the short side again.
It's kicked out a dummy half though by Oliver Lewis. Well taken again by Kane Ball. He starts the counter attack and runs forward for 15, maybe 20 metres. He'll look to play this ball now. Good line speed from the England Community Lions. Derby leading the way. Across field, ball back to Nathan Ward. He's already involved himself in these really early stages of the game.
He's put us in about already, hasn't he?
About 3 minutes of this game gone. Paul playing in centre field, or will be. Scoot left.
Yeah, they're just picking round back at ruck. England have got wide A's and they're just picking it out every time.
Is that just keeping players honest and getting them forward?
Yeah, and also winning that first ruck as well.
Nice kick down this right hand side, but England have closed down the danger. They'll be happy with that. Tyler Hart moving in to complete the tackle, and it means we've got a turnover with just over 3 minutes gone. Run forward out of dummy half there by Stockdale. 25 metres from their own line. Again, just moving the ball right. Here's Lewis, just shipping the ball on. 30 metres from their own line here, England. It's going to be a case of trying to complete as many sets early doors as possible now.
Yeah, and get to a better. The last kick wasn't the best kick, so the Australian side come a long way. So they need to get to a better kick and a better passing as well, really.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Ellis, he had to reach for that one, which meant by the time he took it in, he couldn't set anything up. The defence was quickly upon him. There's Graney again. Up to 40 metres from his own line. The last tackle has been reached though. Ball back to be kicked by...
Yeah, the full-back's put himself in a good position again there. He took the ball on the full. It wasn't really a bad kick, he's just made a lot of ground and taken the ball on the full.
Yeah, Kane Ball. Oh, he's played that forward. Little knock on from him.
Put a bit of a jinx on him there.
We call that commentators cussing. I'm glad it was affecting me all the way through the last game, so I always find that happens. You start praising a player for doing something right and then they come up with an error. It's the most perfect imperfect game rugby league at times, isn't it?
It is. England really need either get to a repeat set or even better here. They need to just try and get a bit of time down in their 20-30.
certainly in a good position to do just that, aren't they? On the back of this set, they'll be really happy with this scrum is taking place as Ellis shifts out to Livesey. He's got good feet, Livesey.
Yeah, he's a good little player, isn't he?
He'll play this ball to Siddles, Oliver Lewis. It's a penalty as well, though, for his belligerent running. Still 0-0. Approaching 5 minutes of the game gone. Quick put into touch there by Heaton. Plays for Dewsbury Celtic, does Heaton. Tap taken. Stevenson runs in. Another one that showed up incredibly well for Cumbria. He was one of their top performers during the recent Barlow Under-19's Championship as it's whizzed into the middle. Darby plays it off. Ellis quickly linking with Heaton. Defence shuts it down, 25 metres out.
Good read that on defence, really. He spotted that they had numbers and he got off his line quick.
Little dummy forward there by Lewis, played on the 20-metre line. Here's Graney setting the platform, steps out of the first tackle, overwhelmed by 2 and 3 who came in. 15 metres out from the line. Here's Darby, throws a dummy, surges onto the 10.
I think they've got the numbers on the short side. If they look at it, if the fullback spots it.
Oh, he has been switched down that blind side as well. Here's Livesey. Livesey trying to curve into the opening. He's quickly shut in front of him though. He's still wrestling though, trying to get forward. Turned out to be some really good defence there. Really committed stuff from New South Wales Country. And it's a turnover ball as well, but not a bad option. It's a great place to turn over the ball, isn't it?
Correct. Either repeat set or just turn over in that 5 yards from their line. England need to be careful not to give a penalty away now and just give them easy yards.
Certainly some good efforts in defence, tackling Nathan Ward on that occasion. Good work from England. Graney flops on the man. He peels off. It's skim right, quick hands. Oh, it's gone a little bit too wide. Cleaned up there by Benjamin Lovett. They were about to make a few metres after that.
He did because he had to turn and get the ball in. But I think England are winning the...
Oh, it's dropped.
England are winning the ruck every time. Yeah, they seem to be turning on the back and slowing everything down, which is giving England a set line every time.
Great work there to get in the face of Noah Ryan, and he just spilled it. Still 0-0. 7 minutes of the game gone. We're in a much better position in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And it comes down to that collision where the guys in the first game were really struggling to win the floor, win the ruck, and these boys seem to be winning that battle at the moment.
Perhaps being just that little bit smarter so far. Famous last words, of course, as Darby cuts forward, makes it inside the 30-metre line. Lewis at dummy half, intricate work from him, feeds it out wide now to Ellis. He keeps it moving. On the bounce, it's taken by Ellis. I think by Livesey, sorry. He's unlucky, I think, to get that call against him. Seemed to bobble in behind him rather than a knock on, but I suppose our match officials are the closest man on the field to it.
But we shouldn't be putting us in that position where it's a 50-50. With better skill level, really.
So, scrum to be fed here by Tyrone Roberts. Roberts feeds it, comes out at the base. It's flung back to the fullback Kane Ball, who's got this New South Wales countryside out of a couple of difficult positions from returning kicks so far.
Yeah, looks a clever player, looks pretty sharp on his feet.
And they're up to halfway now in New South Wales country. Good run there from Liam Henry. Looking it down this left-hand side. Oh, almost opened up there, but some solid defence on that far side. Ball comes back in field. O'Loughlin tries to get to grips with the man. Good leg drive. Real good leg drive. He's got to go in there
and chop and take him to ground. He's just continuing to push us backwards.
Collis picks up out of dummy half, pops it to Ward. There's some good link-up play there. Kane Smith charging forward, carrying several players with him as well. 5 metres out from the line. Last tackle signal here. New South Wales country. Oh, they rush up and try and put the defence on, but it's been flicked out. And can they score at the corner? There's some valiant defensive efforts, but they will cross in that left-hand side.
Yeah, that's come from not winning that first collision where they took the big prop down, and he's got to go to ground, and automatically it's a fast play off the next two players.
The opening try of the game is scored by number 9, Campbell Woolnough for New South Wales.
Campbell Woolnough getting that try out on that left-hand side. I thought they were a bit unlucky there, to be honest, the England Community Lions, because they were shuffling, weren't they, all, and seeming to hold them at bay.
There's 2 points where there's the knock-on here where England were in good ball, and then the next one where they haven't took the player to ground, and it's gone on to a quick play of the ball, and it was just hard to defend because they were on the back foot all the time. But they have competed pretty well for the first 10-12 minutes. They've competed pretty well, but I'm pretty sure that Alan won't be too happy about that.
So that try scored with 10 minutes on the board. 4 points to 0 in favour of the New South Wales countryside.
Yeah, they've got to keep the ball away from this fullback as well. It looks pretty sharp. He's a very dangerous player, and if you keep kicking him to on the full, he's going to keep returning 20-30 metres like he has done every time.
4, England Community Lions 0.
Just goes wide, so it's 4 points to 0. I think that's a really good point, to be honest. He's already shown his fleet of foot. He's got a brain about him, hasn't he? He knows exactly where to run and where to test out the defence.
Yeah, he looks a very clever player, and at fullback he's got a lot of room to look around and look for space, and he seems to be spotting that at the minute.
I wonder whether after missing that he'll get another opportunity with Tyrone Roberts. Ball sent long at the restart. Taken on the full. Perhaps not the most convincing of takes there, but taken in all the same by...
the best kick neither. He's already starting on the 30-metre line where I'm pretty sure that England would be wanting to kick it in the 10 and 20 area.
Phoenix Venetabu Affinity, who thought that one in.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
That's why I need to check the team sheet then, to be fair, as Liam Henry cuts forward for a 10-metre gain up centre field. They'll try and get over halfway now. Oh no, it's a good run forward. Ward backs up in the middle. He's still going here, he's Ward. Starting to drag the defence in all kinds of shapes that they're not wanted to be in.
No, they're picking the wide A. The wide A defenders are... Again.
Oh, good movement from Bell. All the way out to this right-hand side. And they've coughed up the ball, but that was dangerous from Lovett down this right-hand side.
They're just getting quick play of the balls, and like they did in the first game, we're just getting quick play of the balls on England, and we're really struggling to compete with it on back of that.
Can I just ask, obviously as a rugby person, but just maybe for people watching at home, when you say they're attacking the wide A's, what do you mean?
Yeah, when England are defending, they've got the first defender nearest to the ruck is really wide, so it's leaving a lot of space. So there's a lot of space there, so they're attacking, going straight for that point, and then everybody else is looking in, so moving in.
So he needs to close that up.
He needs to close that up,
yeah.
But then by everybody else closing back in, the space that comes wide on the outside, like we're just seeing there.
Thanks for that explanation. I always appreciate that. And 4 points to us how it remains here, but England trying to gain a bit of traction.
England need to get to end the sets really, and just try and pin them down there, and hopefully get a better kicking away from this fullback.
Here's O'Loughlin, he's got good feet if given the opportunity. 10 metres in from touch, he plays it on the 40-metre line. He comes right into the middle. Oof. Tell you what, there'll be some bruises on his body tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. He's carried the ball well, but he hasn't really been given opportunity to go into space.
Big kick comes in, it's a huge one. Look at the hang time on that. Ball has spilled it, goes backwards though, and now he's allowed to run, he's found a gap, and he's chasing him.
He can play, can this lad?
Ball in field, and still they keep it moving. What? I'm not convinced of that. Last pass.
I'm not too sure whether that was forward or not.
But Tyrone Roberts will go in at this right-hand corner. Great work from him on support.
Try scorer
But
for
again,
New
if
South
you
Wales,
look
number
again
6,
at the try, if you go
Tyrone
back at the try,
Roberts.
we've put a kick up to the full-back. He's dropped the ball, but there's been no pressure on him at all. He's been able to do what he wants and created a lot of space down this side here.
He's just emphasised that point, hasn't he? That they can't give him any room. So 8 points to 0, and he's not took this ball. And I was just thinking he's not even got the ball yet. I was just thinking he's not took it back that far. But we're just seeing this little replay in front of us, thanks to Terry on technicals. All the good rugby league tries look so simple, don't they? But
Yeah,
I'm still not convinced of the last pass. It's in the paper though.
Yeah, I was going to say, have a look in League Expert.
Roberts looking to add this conversion from out wide, just 7 or 8 metres in from touch. In a way, I feel really hard done by for this England side, because they've put a hell of a lot of effort into this first 14-15 minutes, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, but a lot of it's their own downfall as well, from massively from the kicking game. Really, I think by not finding space and kicking to, we'll keep talking about this fullback, but by kicking to this fullback was causing a lot of damage. And I think what Alan will say to his boys is that just compete a little bit more with them, just compete a little bit better with them in collision, but don't go away from what they did well in the first 10 minutes, really.
And the score is now New South Wales Country 8, England Community Lions 0.
Roberts unable to add those extras. 8 points to 0 is the scoreline here at Stanningley, and it's great that this club gets to host this game coming the end of the season. Always one of the most well-appointed grounds.
Yeah, it's a great setup here. It's a brilliant club. Unfortunately, they just missed out on getting into Premier with in the playoff final.
Oh, I tell you what, that really bounced up in front of Venetabu Affinity. He plays the ball into the middle. It comes. Tell you what, this kid's getting through a lot of work. You know, it's Kane Smith. He'll play it in centre field. Shuffled off right. Oh, it's juggled. They're starting to make inroads. It's worrying, this. Love it down this right hand side. Catches a couple out that play the ball. It comes to Ward. Oh, he flicks the ball out. It's quite unexpected there for Collis. He keeps moving forward eventually. And they're 30 metres away from the line. Backtracking at a great rate of knots at the moment, though, unfortunately, here England, as the kick comes in from Roberts. Livesey. Oh, loses out. The ball slipped out, and Roberts will go over under the posts. It's 12 points to 0 with the kick to come.
See there, the kick there that they give there, that it would under pressure straight away to catch it.
Try of the night.
Obviously,
number 6,
the Australian
Tyrone
player
Roberts.
took it and come away with a try.
So 12 points to 0 with this kick to come from underneath the posts. They made that a real contest, didn't they, from the kick, Martin?
Yeah.
Keep calling you Martin, don't I? It's Paul. Sorry about that. Don't know where I've got Martin from, by the way. Anyway, Paul.
Martin went on other commentary.
Yeah, they made it a real contest, didn't they? Lovely hands.
But you've just got to challenge them. You've got to challenge the catcher as well. You've just got to make sure that you get on board with him and try and challenge him where England have been kicking and nobody's been challenging any of the back three. 17
minutes of the game gone. This to make it 14 points to 0. It's his first successful goal of the evening. The scoreline has been hoisted.
Roberts converts his own try to make the score New South Wales Country 14, England Community Lions 0.
So 14 points to 0. What sort of messages do you think he'll be getting out there?
Just to compete a little bit better, compete in the ruck, and England started off pretty well in the first 10 minutes by winning the floor and winning the collision, but they just seem to have dropped off a little bit. And
there's a bit of an error there from Ryan, backwards though, and allows the Australians to reset themselves. Let's see if England can create some uncertainty. O'Loughlin's on his own in defence there. Darby joins in. Brandon Tickle's out there as well for the England side. There's Ward. That's some good pressure on him.
It's better line speed, is that? But they're just short on numbers on the left-hand side here.
And you think they spotted it? Yeah.
Luckily the marker spotted it as well and got to him.
It was out like a shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a good job.
Good defence in the middle by the England Community Lions. Tackle made by Jack Kellett, who's out there now. Great pressure, but they're still moving this ball. Flicking the ball interestingly backwards, and he can't quite get to it, which is unfortunate from a Community Lions point of view. Now the kick comes in. It's all a bit rushed.
Now England should be able to set a bit of pressure now with catching on the full round about the 40 area.
Livesey takes the first tackle. He'll play this ball to Stockdale. Not much room forward for him to work in. Out of dummy half, his pass left. Livesey taking another carry to add to his tally. England Community Lions trailing by 14 points to 0. That's a good drive. Belligerent stuff from him to get over halfway.
Again, England have got numbers here on the short. They've only got 3 defenders here on short.
And they've brought it this way, but the ball's gone loose. It's been picked up by New South Wales Country, who've then spilled it at the second time of asking.
Just poor execution there. They've got the numbers, they've worked it right, and just poor execution at the end.
Gives another attacking opportunity here to New South Wales Country. 14 points to 0. We're almost 20 minutes into the game. It was a very good first 10 minutes, I think, as we both said. Starting to impose themselves on this game now, though, aren't they, New South Wales Country?
Yeah, they look some tired bodies in that England.
Oh, they've won a penalty as well.
Again, giving a penalty away, so you've gone error penalty.
All of a sudden, you're back on your own line, aren't you?
Yeah, you're defending where you should have been in good ball and finishing in a good area.
So, tap to be taken. Oh, it's a great run forward. Smashing run by Liam Henry. Still going inside the 20, eventually brought down. Over on that left-hand side of the field, 10 metres in from touch. That's where the ball's played. It comes to Ward. He gets rid of it quickly to Kane Smith, the other bruised brother in the middle of this New South Wales Country
these two
side.
props are very good. They've got through some work as well.
Now a couple of dummies. It comes out right. Tyrone Roberts. Is that the money ball? Oh, it's been spilled. That's going backwards. Oh, I thought that went backwards, to be fair. I won't complain though.
We'll say forwards.
Thought they created some good pressure there. It seemed to have numbers down this right hand side.
Yeah, they did. Just again, poor skill on back end of it, but luckily for England, they've ended up with the ball back.
Let's see if they can get up near halfway in this set. Stepping on forward by Livesey. Plays it just inside his own 20. Darby follows up with a big carry. 7 or 8 hard fought means in there. Kelly's the man at dummy half, pops it in field. Tackling so solid, they're only going forward in 5 metre bursts at the moment. They might find a few more now. Kelly scooping forward. Enzingham Jr. out with Ellis. Good ball. Good defence as well. Last tackle reached. Ellis will play it back. Kick to come in from Heaton. Found the winger.
Found the winger, exactly. Found the winger again. They're just going to man, and they're finishing in a bad area for the last kick as well. So finishing on a touchline, there's only one place that they can kick really.
I suppose you've only got 2 choices, haven't you? You either grubber it into touch, or you've got to kick it as far as you can over on the other side. And neither of them are particularly great options.
And again, they're already on the halfway on tackle 2.
Starting to build a lot of pressure through this middle. That's the fullback, Kane Ball, joining the line. Starting to take a run himself, right in that middle. Ward swaps passes. Back with the 10 Smith. 35 metres out from the line. Last tackle signalled here. It'll be put down this right-hand side to Roberts. Roberts gets it over the top. Oh, it's been spilled again. Referee was playing on this occasion.
I think that was more of a knock on the last one.
High kick comes in. Oh, Livesey's played it. He's pounded it right into the arms there of the on-rushing country player. And Nelson Sharp touches down under the post.
Without sounding like a stuck record, it's come off a bad kick as well again.
Try scorer for New
Bad
South
kick
Wales
from England,
country.
so
Number
you're
19,
already putting yourself
Nelson
under
Sharp.
pressure by not keeping them in that area where you want them to be. So I'm pretty sure that Alan will speak about that at half time about a better end of sets really, and where we finish up on his fifth tackle instead of finishing up on a touchline. We need to spend a little bit more time in middle to really.
And as you say, that's the main difference, isn't it? This kicking game. They're just really coming back on the counter from that, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, definitely, and putting England catchers under pressure. When the Australian lads are going to catch the ball, there's nobody near them, nobody within 10 metres of them, so they've all time it will to pick the space that they want.
Moves the scoreline on to 18 points to 0 with his kick to come from Roberts. 23 minutes on the board. I was going to say, I hope you're enjoying the coverage in our league. You certainly will if you're Australian.
Yeah, they'll be enjoying this. There's some quality players that are playing here today. There's some really good players. And I'm pretty sure there'll be one or two of them already snapped up back home in Australia.
It's an interesting time, isn't it? Because I think next year there's an Aussie schoolboy tour that'll come over to these shores. Usually it's every sort of 3 or 4 years, isn't it? And usually that unearths a real talent. I remember doing one a few years ago, and a certain Lateral Mitchell was on that tour.
Oh, that's not a bad talent, is it?
Not a bad talent, that. Yeah. I wonder if any of these kids will end up playing NRL.
I certainly like both the starting props. They get through a lot of work, and no messing about with them neither.
I think 13, Nathan Ward has also shown up really well.
He's put his centre back on 25 minutes, and they're well into the game time, and they're still putting the centre back the field.
Bull nose out there. He passes to his right hand side to pick up that man Ward that we were talking about. Bull nose pops it left. Oh, they need to be a bit more stern in defence than that. Able to push forward for too many easy metres on that particular carry.
It's front again, so they've got a quick play of the ball, so they've ended up with a 3v1.
And they're breaking down the left-hand side.
2v1.
Ball comes in field.
Just quick play of the balls where players are finding the front and getting numbers on England, and really finding the space against us and getting numbers on us every time, particularly on the blind side.
Campbell Woolnough reporting or supporting the ball really well on the inside. It was his quick play, wasn't it, actually, from dummy half, which sparked it.
Yeah, he spotted it on the blind side and then supported his pass, and just didn't admire his pass, just carried on pushing through.
Once again gives a conversion attempt to Roberts. Scoreline's been moved on to 24 points to 0. I think Woolnough, after starting this game on the bench, he's managed to pick up where Elijah Collis left off, hasn't he, in the middle of that field?
Yeah, he has, definitely. And just something that's noticeable from both games on how good the skill level is, and the catch and pass, and it's just showing that it's a lot easier to play a game when you catch into hands and pass into hands, and the Australian side look to be pretty sharp when they do that, and it's killing England with the speed that they're playing as well.
We seem to be saying that for the last 40 years, don't we? Certainly, as long as I've been around.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately,
definitely.
As the kick comes in from Roberts, Sometimes you just got
Tries
to
converted by
almost sit
number
back and
6,
admire
Tyrone
as a
Roberts.
spectator
definitely,
watching
Next
rugby league,
score,
haven't
New
you?
South Wales Country 26, England Community Lions 0.
And the fact that they just produce players that can do those basic jobs that you mentioned just so efficiently all the time.
Yep, without a doubt. Just the core of the game is catch and pass, and when you look at how many players can't do it, and how many players in the maroon shirts can do it.
Let's see if they can catch and pass that one. They have done. No passing involved. Instead, there's just a real good run from Benjamin Lovett.
And running hard and fast helps as well.
It does, doesn't it? Moving forward ominously. Ulno putting it to his left-hand side. He's again buzzing things around that middle. Checking left, checking right. Pots it left to Nathan Ward, who for me has had an outstanding half.
Yeah, it's been all over the park really. His work technique's really good.
Roberts with a long kick. They're really streaming after this one. There's work to do here. Oh, and he gets across, shuffles across well, does Livesey in the end. Plays it to Stockdale. Excellent work out of marker defence there from Ryan. Big carry coming up there. Still up against 5 metres.
I think they want to be playing a little bit away from this ruck, and because the A's and the B marker, the A's and the B line defence are really quick. So whether it means just somebody stepping in and just passing on and getting away from it. Really.
Let's see if they do just that. No, it's just another strong carry.
Tackle 5. They've only just got over 20-metre line.
Big kick comes in from Heaton. Oh, and he's got time and space again to fill it in and catch it as ball. He's marked his player that he's running at as well and beats him. And they're up to the halfway line, the very first play. This New South Wales countryside. Ooh. Moving forward. Little step. Took the player beyond Kieran Lawton's attempt. Doncaster toll bar player is Lawton.
That was a good hit. That was a very good hit. That then I think he's hurt himself as well. The England player there.
Yeah, did well there. Did the number 20, Brandon Tickle, another player from Lee Miners Rangers, as O'Loughlin goes forward towards halfway. England winning the penalty.
Right, they need to build a little bit of pressure in. Maybe not score, but just try and stop in that area as much as they can now.
26 points to 0. Remember the scoreline. That'll help with a kick like that. Put some right in good ball territory. Kelly wanting the ball quickly.
Maybe not overplay. It's been a long time since England's been up there in that area, so maybe just stay up there a little bit longer.
Will Ennis calls for it. Ships it into the middle.
That will borderline forward. Yeah, let's give it as well. It was forward pass.
Just got the wrong playbook going there, I feel. So they had the real chance of putting a bit of pressure on there. I suppose it's easy for us to say, isn't it, from up here, miles away from it.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to put some pressure on, will the England Community Lions Under-18 side. 29 minutes of the game gone. Country back in possession. No, looks left and right, pops it right. Big run coming in there, but it's been lost. They're making a few mistakes at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, the two fresh props I think have come on and not really carried on where the two starting props.
Yeah, that was Brock Parker who came up with that error, by the way. I think that's a good point. I suppose when the two guys that started made such an impression, you got yourself so revved up to get on the field, and then sometimes it doesn't happen for you, does it?
You need to follow on from what they've just done. They've just set a platform for the lads, and you just need to make sure that you follow on that. But turning the ball over on tackle 2 isn't the best.
Livesey will play that one, then it comes into Connor Graney. Graney's over that 30-metre line. Kelly's appealing for a penalty and gets it.
Yeah, I think he milked that one. That not a bad dive that there. I think he milked that a little bit.
So, tap to be taken. Here come England and Evan Jones. It was good good in the centre, to be honest, for Cumbria in their under-19s campaign. Ellis throws a dummy. He had no options other than to take the ball back against the grain, and here's Graney. Cuts forward to the 10. Kelly, where's this ball going to go? He'll pop it right. Oh, there's a bit of a mix-up. It's cleaned up by Ellis. But again, they've squandered possession deep inside that New South Wales country territory. So 31 minutes of the game gone. Country back in possession. Little dipping run forward there from Riley Blackhall. He'll play it. Scoop forward there by Phoenix Venabu Affinity. I think he's had about 4 different pronunciations of his name so far in this game.
I'm glad you're saying the names.
And again, all of a sudden, just a couple of carries into this set, they've got themselves in a half-decent position and won a penalty.
Yeah, it's a bit silly, is that? That's a bit. I'm not sure why you'd do something like that.
I think the red mist descended there momentarily.
Again, we've put them into good ball area where they can attack at us, and hopefully not, but we're just inviting them into this area all the time with silly mistakes or silly penalties like that.
And this is something that the under-16s didn't help themselves with either, did they?
No, the under-16s were just gifting them possession and just gifting them possession in good area, so they were a good side anyway, so they don't really need ball.
Here's Roberts, spins it out wide. The centre looks dangerous as well as he steps back to the left. Love it. 15 metres from the try line. Try and work it down this side with ball. Has to throw a dummy because the player ended up losing his footing. Does well though. 2 metres out from the try line. Hull know it, dummy half again. Sends it left. Then it's flipped back to the right. And they'll go in. Solid work there from Benjamin, love it, and has probably earned that try, to be fair.
Yeah, clever play from the 6, who spotted.
Try scorer for New South Wales country, number 3.
The English
Benjamin
players over
Lovett.
chasing, so he picked it back up on the inside.
Again, it's just picking that right option, isn't it, all the time.
Yeah, is it Roberts the 6? It
is, yeah.
He looks a clever player. So Roberts settles it all down again. Quite frustratingly, from an England point of view, we look up and suddenly we're 30 points down to an Australian side again. Yeah, but there is good areas where we've competed, but just little silly penalties, silly errors, and a bad kick option is costing England, and it's just, you can't afford to give this team good ball area because they'll just punish you like they have just done there.
It perhaps just shows how clinical they are, isn't it, with everything that they do.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Roberts looking to make it 32 points to 0. We've seen 6 tries scored in this half by New South Wales Country Rugby League. Steps up, gives it chances. The flags are raised.
Tries converted by number 6, Tyrone Roberts. Makes a score, New South Wales Country 32, England Community Lions 0.
And after missing his first 2 attempts on goal, he's hit the last 4. Always helps when you can get a kicker that slots over the 2 as well, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So in the closing stages of this first half, let's see what the Community Lions can come up with. It's sent long. Well taken.
That's a better kick-off, but the chase haven't got on board with it really.
Still they're able to get forward to the 20-metre line. Just as Paul talked about there. That's another run coming in there from the impressive Nathan Ward. Plays it in the middle. Better defence there. Good hit there by Evan Jones.
Marking
Doubles
that
up.
square there, so it's another penalty that we've given away on the 4th tackle, I think. It just comes off a quick play of the ball.
So Roberts to put this ball in touch. Finds a good touch. And they'll start this attack 25 metres out from the line. Straight away, Lovett has called for it. He taps, turns it in field. Woolnough gets rid of it. There's Ward. That tackle looks a little suspect.
I think they're just on half time. Luckily, half time for England there, but I'm pretty sure that Alan will get in him at half time and speak about the contact and about giving possession up
in the
too early,
Lions
not controlling the ruck area at all, and also
Under-18's game is
something we spoke about
32-0 to New South Wales Country.
England's kicking game and how poor it's been really, and just finding a player every time instead of finding grass or finding a player with a good chase like this New South Wales team has been doing.
It was a great start from England. They kept, they actually built quite a bit of pressure in the first 10 minutes before almost being hit on the counter against the run of play. Nelson Sharp scoring that first try after 10 minutes. Tyrone Roberts chipping in with 2 tries. Then Sharp chipped in with his second, and we've seen a score from Cameron Woolnough and Benjamin Lovett just before the break. Roberts missed with his first 2 goals, kicked the last 4, and it's 32-0 at half time. I wanted to ask you, Paul, we've reached this stage. You've come into the England Lions programme. What's been your observations of coming in at the 23s? It was a great victory at the weekend, by the way.
Yeah, well, we had two great victories with over in Ireland as well, in Dublin. Very tough conditions where we actually had to bring the pitch in 10 metres on one side and 10 metres from the try line because the pitch were that heavy. They were threatening to call it off because it were that bad. But obviously we'd flown over there, and a lot of parents had flown over, so we wanted to do everything to keep it on, which obviously, look, from watching on Saturday, we like to throw the ball about, and it stopped us a little bit from doing that. But
yeah, I was just about to say, having seen your back line in full flow at times, and that would have really sort of curtailed you somewhat, wouldn't it?
It did, yeah, a little bit. But what we're pleasing that the lads reacted to that and changed the way they played and really reacted to how the field was. So we come away with a good win against Ireland, and then the Wales game last week, I were really impressed in how we played. Wales won the best side, and I'm pretty sure that they'll admit that they want the best how they've played because they've had some good victories over the last few weeks. But I thought with the way we played were pretty good and pretty sharp. I thought we looked pretty sharp, and like I said, the back line looked really good with young Dean Rooney organising and Danny Cassidy as well. So yeah, really pleased with some players. Hopefully we can keep most of them for next year, and there'll be some that have just missed out that'll come into the squad ready for next year. I'm not sure what's going to be happening with next year on what we're going to be doing, but it's a good path. It's a good path really for them to play with Richard Owen's team for the open age, because a lot of them players now have got used to the England environment and know what it's about. So once if they get picked up by Richard Owen and go play with the open age, then they're ready to do that. So I think the under-23s is a great setup and really something that needed, because we lose a lot of players in that age group in the amateur game. So this is something that can keep them there and keep them, and also late developers get another chance at.
In a way too, you're also helping the rest of the nation develop, aren't you? With if you're going to be playing against like Ireland and you're going to be playing against Welsh sides.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just going back to the Ireland game, my community club Lot Lane played Longhorn in the Challenge Cup.
All right, tell us about that.
Yeah, last year we played Longhorn. That's where the connection came from, really.
All right, okay.
And Longhorn have progressing, and you could see that in the Ireland team that they've got a lot of passion about them for rugby league, and you could tell. And the crowd were pretty good there as well. So I know it were a curtain raiser to Ireland and Italy, but I think they were more at our game, watching that game, than they were the Ireland and Italy game. So it's good for us progressing other clubs as well. But it's good for our community game to make sure that we don't lose players, really. Don't lose players from playing the game.
And as we've seen from the Open Age Community Lions Talk, there's some players that are now starting to get contracts at professional clubs now, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And getting another chance in some cases.
I'm pretty sure that there were 1 or 2 scouts.
Welcome back both teams for the second half of the second game of this evening. Currently the score stands at New South Wales Country 32, England Community Lions 0.
Welcome back to second half coverage here on our league of what is set to be another interesting half of rugby league. It's the Under-18's of the Community Lions taking on the might of the New South Wales Country Under-18's. 32 points to 0 is in favour of the side from Australia. And we're just a few seconds away from the start of the second half. They were pretty clinical in the first half. I'm Dave Parkinson, delighted to be alongside Paul once again, and we're up and running.
Yeah, just speaking to Alan Coleman, I just asked him what they spoke about at half time, and he just says that his push off the ball not been very good, which yeah, it's right, and also he spoke about the kicking game as well, which has got to be better, and finding space or putting the catcher under pressure. So basically what we spoke about through the first half, really. So let's just see if we can compete a little bit better and hopefully get ourselves on the scoreboard as well.
I certainly hope so. 6 tries were scored in the first half by this country side as the kick comes in there by the number 7 Riley Blackall. Taken there. Kind of swerves into the middle of the field. He's got a little stepping run forward up to the 40. That's where he plays Stockdale, who darts away, gains 5 metres. Quickly closed down in front of him. Still in the centre of the field, looking to move the ball right. Good work there with a little offload from Will Ennis. But excellent defence once more.
Yeah,
good contact.
It's dominated there by the winger, actually. The winger just planted him to the floor.
Oh, they found an opening. Surging through the middle of the field there. That's Evan Jones. 40 metres away from the try line. Ball played. It's on this right-hand side. Heaton. Thought he saw a gap in front of him there. Just looking at a little bit of a mismatch.
I think Eaton were wanting somebody coming back down on the back down the middle there, just to pick up on their markers, but he didn't seem to get the runner, so he ended up getting flattened, really.
Talk about flattened. That player was flattened as well. Lincoln Bradley feeling the full force of Tom O'Loughlin. Hurled himself at him. We need more of that from a Community Lions point of view. Kelly throws himself into the tackle on this occasion. They'll bring it blindside. Lovely catch and pass. It's out with the number 11, Jack Hartwig. Hartwig trying to spin, twist. Perhaps not a conventional look for a rugby player he's got, but pretty effective with the drive then.
Yeah, he's got some oomph about him, which is give the New South Wales team a good play of the ball again.
Bulno. Ball played back. Here's Robert. So it's out to that classy fullback again, who feeds it wide. Chance here, it's back on the inside, and they'll go over. Brilliant work for Kane Ball to finish.
Yeah, again, the ball coming out the back there and just accelerating into the space, really, and then just following his pass and just backing up.
So Kane Ball touching down over on the right-hand side of the field. suppose if there is a positive for conceding a try like that, it's that it's been scored right in the corner.
Yeah, that's the only positive.
That's the only positive. I know, I'm probably clutching at straws there, yes.
I think when you spoke earlier about players that we might see in the future, I think this ball definitely could be somewhere abouts, maybe in the NRL or even over here in Super League. He's got a bit of quality about him.
As we saw in the first game, plenty of quality coming through the ranks for Country Rugby League. Roberts, perhaps his most difficult conversion attempt since the first couple he missed in the game. Taking his time. One last look at the posts. In reach, right-footed, gives it chances. It's high. It's handsome. 2 more points raised.
Yeah, I don't think it matters where they score really. He could have scored at Milford there, and I think he'd still kick it over.
Takes a score to New South Wales Country 38, England Community Lions 0.
For the benefit of those who aren't sure of the location of Milford, it's about 2 miles away from here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
It's a very close local derby anyway.
I'm from the other side of water, so I don't really...
Ah, fair enough. Ball sent long. It's taken. Try and launch an attack through the middle.
But again, the kick-off, it's caught it on the 30 and he's already over the 30 line on tackle 1, so they're also already on the front foot already from the kick-off.
And it's amazing how just something as slight as that can really put you on the back foot for the rest of the set.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, surging through the middle of the goal. That's Ward. Ward's found space. He's got pace as well. He's inside the 20. He's found an... Oh no, he's not found an offload. He's only found an England player. Whew. Big hit coming in as well in defence. England cutting that one off. Already being put under pressure in this set. Hartwig with the challenge on that occasion. Here's O'Loughlin. 20 metres from his own line. Plays the ball to Oliver Lewis, who shipped it left. England making progress steadily. Lewis to his right hand side to O'Loughlin again. He's over that 40 metre line now, 25 metres in from touch. Last tackle signalled. Lewis will pass back. Heaton had to readjust and adjust. Eventually it's picked up. This should be all on that, and is, as Livesey takes that challenge. Oh, was that a little?
I think that was a little knock on there.
Yeah, just a little nudge.
But again, it's going to bad pass from the 9 to the half-back who are going to kick. So without being able to get the kick away, so England are automatically under pressure straight away.
And again, it's almost like they just, at times, just gift the ball in really welcoming positions from an opposition point of view.
Yeah, and I don't think these lads want too much invitation to attackers neither. So
no, there's a little stepping run coming in there from Mackenzie Atkins. We haven't mentioned him too much in commentary this evening. Good hit on Pepernell. He'll play it on the 20 metre line.
I'm just watching this Roberts in back play. He's just hovering around and just dictating play, just waiting for the right opportunity to play.
It's going to be hoarse, isn't it, with the amount of orders he's backing out. As he comes left, short pass. Hartwig loses it. It goes backwards though. Nice pick up under pressure from Riley Blackhall. Although they've lost a little bit of space, still in a decent position. Ward with the hit up. 12 metres away. They'll take it down this left-hand side. Kick comes in. Livesey watches it.
Seven tackles for England. So let's see if they can do something with these 7 tackles. I mean, we spoke about the negative stuff that England are doing, but you've just got to take your hat off to how good these lads are in the maroon shirts. The skill level and all. I don't know if they can hear it all, but I just hear them talking all the time and just communicating with each other, and it just helps a lot.
Yeah, there's times when I think we produce players who are a little bit quiet, aren't they, at times?
Yeah, and
That's a good run from O'Loughlin, up towards halfway. Can they get on the front foot? Well, the players being sent on from an England persuasion to make an effort. Josh Milnes is one of them.
yeah, I think he's changing his front row, his middles completely. His 13 and his 2 props.
Harry Darby's gone on, and so too is Brandon Tickle. So, tap taken, here comes Milnes. Good run from him as well.
Yeah, very good. He's found his front.
Plays it to Lewis. That makes a big difference, that. Finding the front, quick play the ball. Some really awesome scragging defence there, as I say in Lancashire. Lewis tries to step away from players. Oh, they got themselves a right mix-up there. But again, I think some of those maroon shirts just caused a bit of unrest.
Yeah, they do. They're off the line pretty quick, but that don't allow for the poor skill from England. $38 to 0 in favour of the New South Wales countryside. Good run there. So he's had a very solid game as well as Benjamin Lovett out in that right centre. Better defence in the middle of that field from an England point of view though. Can they maintain concentration? As Robert scoops it back over his shoulder. To keep the ball moving so well. Yeah, because we're not the first up contact's not sticking, so that's why they're able to offload the ball every time. And again, we've given a penalty away, so we've gone error penalty, and I think we all know what follows that. It's often said, isn't it? The other broadcast penalty try. Tap taken. Let's see if they can reverse it somehow. They've got this maroon wall coming right at them. Camolno feeds it to his right hand side. Run comes in from Pepernell. I think if they go there right, they've got the numbers on the right. Some players really well positioned as well. They have brought it down his left hand side. Ball. Oh, it's been put down. Thought that was ambitious, that. Yeah, they've got the numbers on the right. I think they've come to the wrong side there, where England had only got 4 defenders on the right hand side. Still, the scoreline remains 38 points to 0 in favour of the New South Wales countryside. Brought players from every corner of New South Wales over here for this tour. And they'll get a chance to go head to head in another couple of weeks' time, in another double header that you'll be able to see over at Pilkington Rex. There's Milne again. He's found his front once more. Yeah, he's come on and made a bit of an impact in his second stint here. Darby trying to do likewise. Just on the 30th, it's that'll be interesting on a fast track at Pilks to see how. Oh, he will, won't it? These lads go. Ball back, kick comes in. Straight down the fullback's throat. They're not in an opportunity to put a good kick in because they're ending up in the 40 or in the 30. It's James Ennis who got the kick away on that occasion. There's that man, Lovett. I think he's been impressive as well. Won't surprise me if he gets picked up by somebody. Yeah, he's played well, hasn't he? Back to building steadily here, New South Wales country. 22 metres away from the line. Everybody's communicating as well. Inside ball for Pepernell. 12 metres away from the line, directly in front of the post. Will scoop it right. Roberts, face ball, it's been intercepted. Chance here for England. I think Roberts has got back and got him here. Tell you what, it's a good run. Great chase back though. And I think he stole the ball off him as well. Elliot Stockdale it was who got the intercept in the first place and set off downfield. Yellow card being shown. I'm not too sure what that was for, really.
England aren't complaining. They've got that penalty. It's been kicked downfield. I think it might be the fullback who's got Simband. Tap taken, infield it comes. Milne through hands.
Well, what England need to do now is, because obviously they're down to 12 players, so they need to try and get to a middle and split, so they've got more attackers on one side like that there now.
Good opportunity there. Equally strong defence though. 15 metres away from that line. Run comes in from Milnes. He flicks the ball back. Livesey. Livesey cuts forward a further 10 metres. Playing inside the 10. Where's the runners? Ennis keeps it moving. Livesey gets it through hands. Chance here on the right hand side. Oh, he's put the brakes on. Set back for the middle. Chance just lost there for Reece Story. Infield it comes.
Kick is kicked on the fourth there, but
created a bit of an opportunity there.
I think the ref's going to give it, yeah.
This does look like it's...
The touch judge has
no, he stood his ground as that touch judge. And it is going to be disallowed for a knock-on. Unfortunate that really, because they created a bit of an opportunity there.
Yeah, they did, and I think they sucked the players in, but I'm not too sure why. I think he kicked on the fourth, I'm not sure. But end of the day, what a good kick, but unfortunately we couldn't finish it. You
feel there was just potentially another opportunity to have a go down this right side?
Yeah, maybe so.
So it remains 38 points to nil here on our league. A Thursday night from Stanningley. Great to be here. Great to be in the company of Paul as well. You heard at half-time him talking about the under-23s who had a successful introduction to this Community Lions programme. 2 wins from 2 as Ward hurls himself forward, gets an offload going as well. Kick comes in over the top. Oh, he's just spotted that. He's collected as well. And England are backpedaling. Sent down this left-hand side. Looking to push up there is Atkins. Gets to the 20. He'll play this to Woolnough. Woolnough in field. To that busy number 11, Hartwig. 10 metres away from the line. Woolnough again, operating things. Skims it out right. Ball keeps on going. He's out with the full-back ball. Draws and passes. There goes that centre on the right-hand side. Benjamin Lovett again. 2 metres from that line. Ball's gone loose.
I've just managed to keep him out there. England had defended that pretty well, actually.
7 tackle set as well, won't it?
Yeah, I think he knocked it over the line, so it's a 20-metre restart.
Livesey was trying to get on with things quickly. Referee looked up, there were still players retreating. Here's Derby. Rolled over on his back. Just a 2 metre gain on that carry. Lewis pops it left. Strong run, but equally strong defence. It's certainly been a hallmark of this New South Wales game as the defence. It's been punishing at times. Milnes pops the ball out.
Good luck. Mills has come back on this second half and is given a bit more impact.
Good play from Lewis. Gets the ball wide. He's backing up on the inside as well. They feed it out further wide. Great hit coming in there. What a tackle that was from Ball. 1 or 2 questions from the crowd, but we get on with it. And the ball's into the middle of the field again. Kick wide. Stories after this one. Will it bounce for him? Oh, even the bounce goes against him. But it will be forcing a dropout.
A good set there from England. They broke him on their right-hand side where Roberts has come off. It was Simbin with Roberts, so they haven't really replaced him. So need to keep attacking their right-hand side, really.
Certainly getting a little bit of purchase down that side now, aren't they?
Yeah, like I say, they're a man down on that side, so hopefully they can get opportunity to attack that side and get 4v3.
Well, this dropout in England's favour will certainly help. Chase back to collect, does Heaton. Here's Derby, throws a dummy. Surges on and gets beyond the 30-metre line. I think I was reading he's played 12 games in the first team for Lee Miners Rangers this season as it's scooped down the left-hand side.
Yeah, he played against us, I think, at our place. He's a good player, really good player.
Shows a lot of promise.
Just a workhorse, it just really works well.
Picked about a dummy out by Lewis, who's starting to come into the game a little bit more.
They've got 3 on that side now, so if they pick that, now they've come this way.
They're going to switch it down this right again. Couple of dummies. Set with Heaton. Oh, he stepped. Still lots of players down this side. And we'll send it left. Milnes. Someone back him up. He gets the offload going. Here's Louis. Buzzes around, drops it back. Good run coming in. Good tackle as well.
Last play here, so hopefully can get a repeat or something better.
Evan Jones was caught 2 metres out. Kick comes in, it's a wide one. Oh, simply taken in the end. And he's really got a bit of pace as this kid. That's Lincoln Bradley.
Yeah, not the best kick again, and nobody really challenged it as well. And then on the back of that, we've given a penalty away. So already New South Wales are going to end up near halfway.
Frustration that from Charlie Heaton. He probably knew he'd put a bit of a duffer of a kick in, to be fair.
Yeah, and then give a silly penalty away. And it's better than that. So.
Kick is a long one. It's a huge one. Certainly made plenty of ground from these penalties. Tapped to taken by Atkins. Picks who he's going to run at. Uses a bit of footwork as well to get on the inside of the man. And back on the field now is Elijah Collis, so effective in that first half. Running forward now is Whitfield. Gains a further 5 metres from New South Wales country. Collis to his right hand side. There's Ward.
Has Ward been off? I don't think he's been off.
I don't think he's been off. No.
He's put his son about, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's picked his moments as well as it's coming down this left hand side. Ball, lovely pass. They're going to go in. Great ball out to Mackenzie Atkins. You mentioned that. I think you just summed it up. Class.
Yeah, they're class. They're a man down and they're still finding overlap. So to be able to do that, I think England are getting the numbers wrong. So they need to work on that and getting the numbers right. But again, class. You just can't stop that class.
54 minutes of the game gone. Still 15 minutes remaining, I feel. Just the New South Wales side's second try of the second half.
Yeah, England have had a bit of a spell there, 20 minutes where they've kept them out, but not been able to do much with the ball that they've had. So they need to be a little bit smarter when they get the ball in the good ball area. And I'm not sure how much longer Roberts is going to be off, but they need to attack their right hand side, our left, just to make sure that we can get numbers on it.
Well, it's going to be Roberts' half-back partner Riley Blackhall to try and convert. Just 5 metres in from the touchline. Setting himself for the kick. In he steps as he found his range. That's a great kick.
Converted by number 7, Riley Blackhall.
Riley Blackhall adding his first goal of the game.
44, England Community Lions 0.
I'm pretty sure that Alan will be fuming about this. About not about the scoreline, just about the way the boys have put themselves about. I'm pretty sure that him and his staff will try and get things right this week, over the weekend and next weekend, and get it right for the 30th.
Currently 44 points to 0 in favour of the New South Wales countryside. Ball sent high and mid-range. It's bounced back. Lewis has picked it up, but it's gone loose. And even when it goes England way, it doesn't go England's way. Can't blame him for trying something a little bit different though at that restart.
I suppose they do need to try something different, but just not having the bounce of the ball neither.
I tell you what, I think we've officially reached that side, certainly that time in proceedings, where I can't feel my fingers. I think that's when you know that it's a bit cold out there.
I'm not too bad, I just keep stopping at that.
Here come New South Wales country again. The fact that they are completing at such a high rate is full credit to them in this falling cold, shall we say?
Yeah, definitely. And on it, well, it don't look too heavy, but I'm pretty sure it'll be an heavy pitch as well. So I'd like to say it'd be nice to watch him at Pilts, but I'm not too sure it will be either. So
I think I'm a bit fearful, to be honest, if they can put anything like this together. Oh, there goes Roberts. He's just back on, and he's just stepped his way through the defence.
I think he has just actually come back on. I think he's just walked on from the scrum and just come back on, and then just done that as well. So I think if there were a man at match, I think he'd be definitely round about there.
We can always name an our league man of the match, you know, Paul.
Yeah, well, he's got to be pushing him along with Ward
and Ball at fullback.
Yeah.
Really, I think there's about 4 or 5 really classy players.
Yeah,
on this
I like
team,
the centre as well. The centre as well.
So yeah, that hat-trick score there. Literally just steps on off, saunters upfield, takes the pass and cuts his way through.
I says, Bill, listen now, I'm not being funny, I says, but I think we're in
59 minutes of the game gone.
I says, but if you come out, it'll be a good excuse to like...
I think these guys take on Leeds Rhinos on Sunday.
Are they playing their Under-18's?
It's the Under-18's, yeah. So they take on Leeds Rhinos Under-18. So
yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they go against.
That will be a good game because obviously you've got the professional outfit in Leeds Rhinos against these boys, but I think they'll give Leeds Rhinos a good run for the money, along with the 16s that played before. I think they play the scholarship as well. So
Roberts converts, so 6 goals and a hat-trick.
Not a bad afternoon for him, is it?
Pretty good evening, isn't it? 50 points to nil it is in favour of the New South Wales Under-18's. I'm quietly confident you could probably chuck 2 or 3 of these lads into Super League teams at this moment in time, possibly.
Yeah.
Or am I being a bit maybe building them up too much?
Maybe a bit too much, but I think in a couple of years' time they will be playing some kind of representative rugby, or even playing second grade over in Australia, because there's a lot of skill about them.
I mean, we do have to remember that all of these boys in England Lions jumpers today, they all play for amateur clubs right around the country. It's been a bit of a swap position. Like Otis Livesey's gone into the middle. Kieran Lawson's dropped back to fullback. Still New South Wales country turning forward. Oh, and I've just looked up and we've got the 2 starting props back on who made such an impression. There's Kane Smith. Sent left. Kick comes in. Good challenge. 50 points to nil in favour of the New South Wales Under-18's side. Can England manufacture some field position? Lewis will pass to his right hand side. Good stepping roll forward. Better work there from, I think that's Story. Reece Story plays it. Ball on that left hand side of the field. Ball bypasses Derby into the arms there of Ennis. Thinks he spotted something back down the left. Nobody went with him though. That was the crucial thing.
No, and everything they do is miles off the line. So when the dummy runner goes underneath, it's miles off the line. So it's easier to defend as well.
Ball taken, 1 bounce downfield. Kane Ball has it. Oh, he fancies a run. Throws a dummy. Bit of space there. Oh, well gathered in there by Lawton. Bit of sledging going on there, I feel.
Yeah, they're having a little go at each other there.
But we play on. Collis passes to his right-hand side. He's really impressed me as Benjamin Lovett. He's mixed it up game as well as being a bit silky out in the centres. He's done his share of carries in the middle, hasn't he? Collis once again operating dummy half. Passes to the starting prop Liam Henry. Already they're up to the 40-metre line, but it's the last tackle. Kick comes in from Blackwell.
I think they're all offside there, so I don't know if he's going to play it on. No, he's got it. They're all offside.
A good spot there, both from you and the referee. 62 minutes of the game gone. England getting the next penalty, 30 metres from their own line. Chipping into touch. I feel like I've spent a lot of the last sort of 10-15 minutes with my head turned to the left-hand side of the screen here.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a neck ache looking that way as well. But I think there's a lot of...
There's definitely positives in this.
I know it's a bad scoreline, but when you look at some of the stuff that we did in the first 10 minutes, that we missed one or two opportunities where we could have scored, and obviously in this second half, I think when the 13's come back on for England, he's lifted a little bit and everybody else has got back on board with that. We had a 20-minute spell while they didn't score, but we just need to be a little bit smarter and a little bit more patient really with the ball.
And to be fair, it's only 3 tries this second half, so they have done better in that.
Yeah, they've competed,
haven't they?
They've competed a lot better.
Run comes in down this right-hand side from Evan Jones. He's done his first share of carries as well for the side. Ellis jogs on. There's Heaton. Oh, that ball was ripped.
That was stolen, yeah. He spotted it. I think Heaton's just carrying a little bit too much and not putting players into gap. I think he's tried to spot a gap there, but obviously run into one or two more defenders than he offered.
Do you think he's got to that stage where he's realised that his kicking game hasn't really been on point? So he's trying to do stuff, isn't it?
It's not just his kicking game as well. No. I think he's been very good defensively, but I just think that you just need to be a little bit patient and don't try and score on every set, particularly when you haven't balled in this area for a while.
Comes down this right hand side. There's Livesey, does one step, does another, loses the ball just on impact. Possession. So that seems to be gifted a little too easily.
We've tried to come down the short side with 4 defenders and against 4 attackers, so.
And you're always looking for numbers, aren't you? Really, so. Yeah, there was never anything on.
So if they've got 4 there must be 6 on the other side, so we can try and attack that bigger side.
I suppose you've got chances with your sweep plays as well, haven't you, down that side?
Yeah, definitely.
Still, we talk about what could have been.
Yeah, it's all right. It stood up here, dithering.
There's that run coming in from Lovett. Collis passing to his right-hand side. That's a big carry.
I'm pretty sure that these guys are going to give the 23s a good run for the money as well. So
big collision in defence. And again, bringing it through that middle, that's Pepper now. Collis sends it right. I think they've got something on that side. That stepping run comes in once more from the classy Lovett. Ball goes loose. Picked up by England on the counter-attack. And that's Stockdale who got his way forward a few metres there. Derby throws a dummy. There's no one there though.
No, there's no push at all there. They're just single carries, so they're easier to defend.
And again, this is another single carry from Evan Jones, albeit with slightly more purpose. And Lewis can't find any purchase, can't find any support. Ball sent left from Heaton. Ellis plays it out. Good work from Livesey. It's further wide on that side. Stepping run back, trying to open out the play a little bit. Well, they put it down this right-hand side. Oh, just seemed to lose a little bit of the way there. Will Ennis taking over, but they've got the ball back.
Yeah,
and
good
it's
offload there.
Livesey.
He was on his way back to his own try line there.
Heaton tries the miracle pass.
A tough Heaton. He likes to get stuck in and he takes a challenge as well.
Ball to be played 30 metres out from the try line. Heaton calls for it, pumps it high, crossfield
He
kick.
took one off the ball there, I'm not sure.
He certainly took a heavy hit.
Yeah, he's got it as the referee.
Shoulder charge as well. So it's where the ball landed, where the penalty is given.
Good on him though, he's got up and brushed himself down, just ready for the next play.
Won't want to show any sort of weakness, will he?
No, like I say, he looks a tough kid. He looks, and that's what you need from an half-back who can go to close to the line and take a hit.
Mossop, 5 metres out from the line. He'll play it to Lewis. He puts it right. Heaton. Is he going to get over? Tell you what, Jones isn't far off. Far enough though. Livesey sends it into the middle. Lewis tries to skip away from the defenders. They've got numbers down that side. Oh, Lawton stepped and stuttered. And he's caught with possession. Still 15 metres away from that line. Ellis drops it back over his shoulder to Mossop.
I'd have a go on short side here. Just have a little look on that short side.
Definitely looks like there's a 4-on-3. Bringing it out to this open side. Ellis takes the hit. Plays rugby down at Latchford Albion this season after coming through at Shevington. Last tackle signalled. Ball out there on this right hand side. Heaton keeps it moving. Livesey stops, puts the brakes on, goes back left, kicks it for himself.
They just got lost a little bit there, did England? They just got to the last play and they just got lost and not sure what everybody were going to go.
Once again, gifting the possession over to New South Wales country. I suppose the good thing is they're at the opposite end of the field and they put the ball down.
Yeah, so an opportunity here for England to have a go at New South Wales and attack them and try and make some wrongs rights and really get on the scoreline.
The Grainy's been chunnering on this touchline for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Put me on, boss. Put me on, boss. Put me on, boss. He's finally got the opportunity. Couple of minutes remaining. Ball comes out at the base. Currently 50 points to 0 in favour of the New South Wales countryside. Heaton flicks it back to Livesey. He's upended in the challenge, rolled on his back. Playing this ball to Lewis. Throws it dummy to the right. Brings it back left. Just seemed to lose his way a little bit.
Yeah, he did. I think the runner overrun him and then he wasn't sure what to do after that.
Ellis flicks it back. Little intricate move, but they've watched it well in the middle. Livesey 5 metres out. Can they get a try here, England? Ellis out to Lawton. Defence is solid.
Yeah, we're just getting lost a little bit. I'm not sure what the touch judge has spotted here. He's going running on. I'm not what he's spotted.
Oh, they managed to get over. No.
Well, he's over there and the touch judge has gone running on. Just feels a bit left out, does touch judge, so I think.
Maybe his hands have got cold as well.
He's gone to the end goal as the touch judge, so I think he's going to give the try.
Yeah, so a try given. England getting over on that left-hand side of the field.
The first try of the night for the England Community Lions is scored by number 8, I think. I'm so sorry. John Grady.
Who was it?
Aston Mossop being given that try.
I think it's number 10 who's been given the try. It's like a number 8.
Number 10, Aston Mossop.
So Mossop getting over for England. 50 points to 4 with this kick to come. Well, I'm glad that they finally got on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
their efforts have deserved it.
Yeah, it has. There's been
Even
a lot
if
of
it's been
effort
a bit
there,
misguided at times.
And I think when Alan and his staff sit down to review game, they will pick a lot of good points out of it. But just to summarise the bad points, I don't think we've won a lot of the ruck. His kicking game could have been a little bit better, and I think his skill level could have been a little bit better.
By number 7, Charlie Heaton takes the score to New South Wales Country 50, England Community Lions 6.
So 6 points to 50. Heaton adding those extras. We can't be that far from time. Long restart. Is it too long?
Yeah, it's out
too long.
Maybe time for another one.
Well, certainly England trying to get forward. Tap and forward comes Evan Jones. Feels the full force of that challenge. Collis, 1 or 2 players involved. There's Graney. Over the 40-metre line he goes in centre field. Plays it to Lewis. Here's Ennis. Will Ennis twisting and turning. He's tried hard.
Yeah, he has. He's carried the ball strong, hasn't he?
Ellis double pumps it, puts it down that left-hand side. Stepping run, back in field. Just well marshalled in defence there. England inside that 30-metre line, going down the blind side. Little opportunity down that side. He found a bit of a space, didn't he?
Yeah, good spot there. Good spot from 9. He spotted that they were short on blind side, so we'll see what kit will come up with there from Heaton.
It was Livesey down that side. There's Heaton. That pass looked a little suspect.
Yeah, forward pass there.
Grady couldn't believe it. He was marching through the line. Doesn't get too many scoring opportunities as Connor.
Referee just looking at his watch. There can't be much longer left now.
He's sure to be telling me afterwards that was a line ball that day.
For a 50-metre try.
So Community Lions trailing by 50 points to 6. Oh, that's a great run forward at this stage of the game from Liam Henry. And the final whistle is sounded. And although England have been beaten by 50 points to 6, I feel they put some really good efforts, and there's some positives there, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that the England staff will pick up some positives, and just to show the boys, just so they don't feel disheartened, and also they've got to take them positives into Pilkington, over to Pilkington to when they play the team again. It'll be a tough ask, but I'm pretty sure that Al will get the boys back up for it. 9
tries scored in the end by the New South Wales Under-18 side. Nelson Sharp has crossed for 2. Tyrone Roberts has claimed a hat-trick. We've seen others from Cameron Woolnough, Benjamin Lovett, Kane Ball and Mackenzie Atkins. Roberts has kicked 6 goals. Blackhall kicked 1, and we saw that final response from England. Mossop scoring with Heaton converting. Final score here, 50 points to 6. Thank you very much for all your efforts this evening, Paul.
No worries, thank you very much.
Great to work with you.
All right.
And I look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Yeah, probably catch up with you at Pilks, I think. So, cheers, thank you.